is the Glass Cannon Network.
Welcome back, Bladeheads, Bladies, Doskvolers, Doskvolians. This is Haunted City on the Glass Cannon Network. It's a show where we play Blades in the Dark, the incredible tabletop role-playing game by John Harper and Evil Hat Studios. It's the best role-playing game written in the last 20 years. Check it out. Go to wherever fine books are sold and get your copy. My name is Jared Logan. I am the god of this world. Sorry, that came out. That's not quite how I wanted to phrase that. And with me, as always, I have the incredible players that take all of my carefully laid plans and flip the table over and get various drinks all in my carpet. Please welcome Ross, Bryant, Josephine, McAdam, and Salim. Welcome back, players.
Thank you, and thank you very much.
Oh. Yes.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. Here we are. We are deep into some PvP going on. Wheels within wheels. This is the first game I've ever game mastered where one character's goal is to decapitate another character.
I think it's my first too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm normally the instigator of PvP, but it seems that Ross took that crown from me. So thanks, man.
Hey, thank you. It
is funny, as crazy as Valkos and Abu can be, especially with PvP. I feel like Ross has just been like, "Oh, I see that, and I raise you
Honestly.
1,000." Yeah.
The Doskvol is a dark and scary place.
Yes,
and the more these little guys of ours stick around, I call PCs little guys. The more they stick around, the more affected they are by this life of scoundrelry that they've all gone on. You walk along the demon road to hell long enough, and it changes you, man.
These little guys. Boy, I love to see what these little guys are up to. I'm going to use that myself. PCs are now replaced by little guys.
Little guys.
LGs. Yeah.
Now, I just want to just take the temperature here or see what you guys are thinking. Do you think this season could result in Juliette Belrose getting her head cut off or in Ekphilia being sent to her final destination, which may be whatever hell is in Doskvol, because it ain't heaven, baby.
Wow.
Do we think that Juliette's spirit is going to turn Valkos into a Juliette Valkos Gestalt vampire?
I don't know, man. I mean, to be honest, it's all down to the roll of the die, right? Mm-hmm. I think, and that's the beauty of these games. Mm-hmm. It could turn either way, and I love that. I love that you can't actually power play unless you're just a douchebag player. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. It's we should leave it up to the roll of the dice.
Just go for what you want. Let the dice fall where they may, baby.
Yeah.
Is there a method of PvP in this game?
There is
something we're supposed to do.
Oh. There is. Yeah. Do you have that section? I'm looking for it right now.
When these topics started to get broached, I looked at it just to make sure. Well, and to Blades in the Dark and John Harper's credit, most of it is navigating player agency and just making sure.
Nice. Yeah.
It's just like, it's mostly making sure that everyone's on the same page and that this is the gear that they want to play in.
Right. We love fighting each other.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of cool with that. So I am
actually kind of cool.
Yeah, you guys are cool in general. You're just like three cool dudes, just like kind of cooling out and being chill. All right. Yeah. I mean,
just little guys.
Yeah,
just a bunch of little cool guys.
I think it does say like in the PvP, instead of it being like
I've got it. I think it's page 41. PC versus PC, or little guy versus little guy.
Little guy versus little guy. Okay, let's make sure we read this because this is like so important that we start, because I just feel like it's going to start coming up real soon. So here we go. Yeah. Pause the game, agree to resolution methods, and abide by the results. So, so what is our resolution method? What do we think our resolution method is?
Fight and roll, bro, if it gets to it.
Yeah, and it'll be a special case of two characters rolling against one another, probably, right?
Probably so.
We won't just say, Ekphilia, you are a risky action. We will actually if it comes down to it, we'll let people roll against each other, and the highest best roll wins.
Just roll off. Okay. Yeah.
And I have faith that, like, if it's a situation where one or another of us feels like it's in some way like unfair, doesn't feel quite right. We'd voice that and respect one another.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it says to ask questions like, can your character be swayed by my character, or can I attack you? How vicious is your character going to be? Your little guy going to be, etc., etc.
Yeah, I think you can sway, right? Because you just roll sway, and if it was successful with a consequence, then it's that whole play of, what is that consequence then?
Yeah. I trust you guys because you guys like to play negative consequences for your character as much as you like to play positive consequences for your character. So we will just see. We will just see what happens. That's really exciting. And just to let the audience know, viewers and listeners, there's also been a lot of fighting going on between the four of us behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
wasn't going to tell them. Wasn't going to tell them, but
why did you have to show every? All right, go on.
I laugh, but that's only because it's all I can do because the tension is so thick.
Right. I'll put it this way: if Ross wanted to come into my house, much like Ekphilia, I would not give him permission.
Yes, the doors would be barred against me.
Yes,
and I would just sit there screaming like the creature of the night that I am.
Well, let's all try
make it awkward.
I've made it awkward. Well, let's all try to be professionals and keep our seething contempt at bay.
All right, one more session, I guess. Bury the hatchet and
hopefully we can continue this series without our personal feelings getting in the way. As I cut straight to the game by saying, 1,000 years ago, this was a land of beauty and magic. Then came the cataclysm that blotted out the sun and ripped open the gates to the land of the dead. The city of Doskvol is a metropolis of factories and tenements surrounded by crackling lightning barriers. Outside the city is a wasteland of the ravening undead. Inside the city is a teeming hive of scum and villainy, intrigue and corruption. Life is cheap in a city ruled by death. The sun is gone. The only thing that shines in Doskvol are the blades in the dark. That has to be my fastest time.
Yeah, that was
that rolled trippingly
rendition
off the tongue. That was quick. Okay, by way of short recap, last time our characters were seeking to stop a reporter named Vorka Bramble from releasing in her newspaper, the Doskvol Vesper, the identities of 3 members of the Path of Echoes to the city at large. They succeeded in this. They arrived, they dealt with some gray cloaks who were providing security for her, and they negotiated a trade of the information they had against Lord Strangford with the cutting of the story about the Path of Echoes. In addition, just to remind everybody, Ekphilia is looking for a way to transfer Juliet's soul into Valkos and create another vampire, and Ekphilia has made a deal with the Builder and Selyak Khan to help Ekphilia transmigrate the soul of Juliet, and in exchange for Juliet's head to complete the Builder's strange Frankenstein body. Whew, that's a hell of an explanation.
It's quite simple, really.
You guys remember. You know what? If you're 6 episodes in and you're like, I didn't watch the previous ones, please go back and watch 30 episodes of content. Thank you. Okay. So, we were in the middle of downtime. And I think we had made it all the way to downtime activities. So I think we should start doing that. There's just one thing I have to decide. And I want to talk to my players about this. I think the Leviathan Hunters would go to war with you now.
Oh,
Do they know it was us, though, GM?
That is the question. So, you guys have a lot of heat right now, don't you?
yeah.
Yes.
And the Leviathan Hunters already went to -2 hostile with you because of your very daring and outrageous raid on the flagship of their fleet. So, I think that we should figure out how to determine if they go to war with you.
And what happens? Can you describe just like what mechanically is war in the system?
You temporarily lose 1 hold, which would knock you back to tier 1 strong temporarily.
Ooh.
And you all get 1 less downtime activity in a downtime.
Jeepers.
And you must resolve the war by either completely defeating your enemy, the tier 5 Leviathan Hunters, or by negotiating some sort of truce.
Good graven Laven. Okay.
Oh.
That's why I didn't just announce, and now you're at war, because I want to see what people think before I levy those.
So that seems like we'd have to be such like aren't we still like pretty small fry to them? Like to go to all out war even on their end? That seems like a huge commitment.
Or are we? So this is the thing, right? We've caused serious major damage to them, right? And I think, and it completely depends on how we want to play with this, right? Because I firstly feel like we should roll for this, and see whether they do. Because again, like, you know, the press is the ones who release the news. They're not going to say buy the Remnant. You know what I mean? Like,
they could be by anyone. It too. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but people do know it was you. We established that when we handled Rex.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean.
Oh, people know the story was leaked by us specifically?
Well, the Leviathan Hunters know that you stole the journal.
Yes,
but
they know we stole the journal.
The information being leaked is information.
If the information comes out in the paper and you're the ones that stole the journal, it seems to follow that they would know.
Yeah, but we could have sold it to anyone, right?
Yeah, but I think us selling it, I guess, is the whatever. Yeah. It got out of our hands.
Okay, look, if we're going to war with them, then I would love a meeting with them then, if that's the case.
Well, that sounds like an entire score, my friend Valkos. Here's what I'm going to do. I think that there are a lot of mitigating factors. The political situation may require the Leviathan Hunters not to go into open war with you immediately. They are a level 5 faction that needs to be careful about how they are perceived in some ways. So what I'm going to do is make a fortune roll right now. And I'm going to give them dice based on certain factors. And then if I roll, let's say, if I roll a 6 or a 4 or 5, they are going to war with you. If I roll a 1 through 3, they are not. Okay? So let's take some things into account. Let's give them 1 die because the information got out. That's gonna fucking piss them the fuck off. Pardon my cursing. Let's take another die for the fact that you did that raid on their ship, which makes them feel unsecure. It makes that's another thing that would really piss them off. Okay? And let's just take another die because Strangford doesn't like that you're working with the Grey Cloaks, who are also out to get him. So now it feels like an alliance between groups that are out to get him.
But does he know that we're working with the Grey Cloaks?
Yeah, how do they know?
How does my man know?
Good point.
Okay. Okay. I'll take that die away. Is there anything else that might add or subtract from this?
I think what would subtract from it is the fact that we are tiny fish in a massive, dirty, smoke-fueled, ghostly sea. Why would a tier 5 go to war with a tier 2?
Well, because
they might hire someone else.
You've done a huge amount of harm to them, that's why. And in fact, if I was tier 5, I'd be like, let's go to war with them. It'll temporarily make us tier 5 weak. And you know what I mean? Like it's actually easier for them to go to war than you.
Then you know what? We will magically spin this beauty of the war into making us even more bougie and powerful, because these tier 5 hacks are thinking that they are gonna what? They're gonna trample on our small fry. Watch, the underdog always wins. I'm just saying.
I don't know that that's always true. Here, I'm gonna go ahead.
Underdog always wins.
I'm gonna roll 2 dice, and if it's a 4, 5, or 6, they go to war with you.
All right, go on.
And if it's a 4, no, it's a fortune roll, so there's no like consequence or anything. Okay, here we go.
Fair. Here we go.
A 1 and a 3.
Yo, that's what we saying, yeah? They're scared. They don't understand who we are.
They're not going to war with you yet.
I mean, they're scared. They're literally like, oh my god, these guys, they're so small, but they're so powerful.
Unhinged. They're unhinged.
The underdogs, look, they bark and bite.
They got to our most powerful guy. What the fuck is with these guys?
Exactly, man.
Dude, you're talking an awful lot of trash for people that almost were at war with a tier 5 faction. Okay. So I think that that last score, there was a potential to lose status with the Grey Cloaks, but I don't think that you did. I think you diplomatically negotiated that sticky situation with them. You pleased the Path of Echoes. They're still at +3, full allies. And keep in mind during this downtime that you have +2 with the Foundation, if you think that there's anything that they could do for you, including provide a score. And you still have +1 with the Reconciled, who you may not remember very well, but they are ghosts that have inhabited human bodies and are also sort of a secret group like the Path of Echoes, but unlike letting ghosts ride them temporarily, they are permanently in the bodies of the humans that they inhabit. But they're not vampires for some reason.
Huh.
Okay.
And finally, you have -1 with the Billhooks, -2 with the Sparkrights, and -2 with the Leviathan Hunters. So keep all of that in mind and look at your friends and rivals too as you're negotiating things. Let's go ahead and into our downtime activities and let us start. Let's see, we finished with Ross Bryant doing a scene with himself. So let's hop over to the other side of the opposition with Juliette Belrose.
Good God.
You can acquire an asset. You can reduce heat. You can reduce heat. You can indulge your vice. Where are you at stress-wise and harm-wise?
I got 4 stress. I only have 1 level 1 harm. It's not too bad on those.
Yeah, you could go into a score like that, right?
Yeah, I could, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not urgent.
Long-term project. We know that Ecphelia has one to steal your soul and decapitate you. You could recover to get rid of that 1 level 1 harm and get yourself fully cleared. Your health tracker fully cleared, and you could train.
I would like to build something.
Okay.
I'm trying to, you know what? I'll do something else first because I feel like I need to look at all of the intricacies that come with building something. There's a whole step-by-step, and so I'll read that when I come back around. But so let's decrease some heat. We need to decrease heat, huh?
We're gonna reduce heat. That's not a bad idea. Say what you do to reduce the heat and make an action roll. And you have to tell me what action you're going to do.
Oh man. What is the main source? Well, this has been building, huh?
I think this has been building, and I think that the city is in an uproar over the revelations in Lord Strangford's diary. There may even be inspectors headed off to apprehend Lord Strangford right now, or good God, there might even be spirit wardens heading off to apprehend him. Ministry of Preservation people.
Can I get, since we're friendly with the Grey Cloaks and they often pose as blue coats around the city, could I get them to have to start putting in someone else's crew into the mouths of the people around the city of like who's most dangerous, just so that the focus moves a little bit off of the Remnant? And I want them to place the bill hooks.
And that is such a clever plan that whatever action you choose right now, I'm going to give it +1 for the Grey Cloaks, +1 helpful status with you.
Okay.
+1 die.
I think this is sway.
Okay. Use +1 die.
Is this just regular for position and effect? There's not.
No, it's just a reduced heat roll.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
Okay.
5.
Highest was a 5. That means you reduce heat by 2. I know.
That's such a small amount.
I know. It doesn't feel fair, and yet.
Is there something I can do to increase? Like, are we allowed to use coin in this instant, or no?
Yeah, you can. You can spend coin to increase the result of your effect of what you roll.
Right, because I feel like going from a 5 to a 6 would be a huge.
And how much would that be, Jim?
I always forget this, but it says, each additional activity, you can spend coin to add an additional activity. Oh, here we go. For any downtime activity, take +1 die to the roll for a friend or contact helps you. Okay, that's what we did. After the roll, you may spend coin to improve the result. Increase the result level by 1 for each coin spent.
Okay, I'll spend one of our vault coins. This is to help our heat, to make it from a 5 to a 6.
A 6, and so a 6 lets you clear 3 heat.
Oh my god, it only goes up to 3. That's pretty crazy.
So, okay.
Still,
But still, clearing 3 heat is good.
yeah.
It's great. Okay, I have done that for you. You only have
Thank you.
5 heat now on your 9 heat
Perfect.
bar.
And can we also do a little like free play in between here?
I think we should. Go ahead.
I think Juliet is stressed. We found out last time some information about vampires' weaknesses, right? But I think Valkos, like you have seen, like Juliet, like pacing a lot. It's. She'd come back from prison a little more meditative, but it's kind of like the edges are fraying again. I get the feeling like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm always looking over my shoulder right now.
Hey, it's okay. I'm there.
Yes.
What?
Valkos, can you tell me about Severos?
About Severos? Well, I mean, what would you like to know?
Is it the same as Doskvol? Is it completely corrupt everywhere you look, turn, no matter your efforts? I feel like everyone we work with, it's not for altruistic means. There's always something bubbling underneath, and everything is touched by this ichor.
In truth, there was a piece there. Weird sort of, dangerous piece. By no means was it safe, but there was a beauty in its danger, a sense of survival simply through the natural elements that it threw at you. You see, our people, we never really stayed in one space. We adapted, worked with the environment that was given to us, and we moved a lot because, again, the idea of staying in one space, it's not that it's lazy.
No,
There's so much of the world to see. It's beautiful, for all its dangers as well as its safety, and the only reason I left was because let's say, I was supposed to lead, but I didn't want to.
You were supposed to lead?
My father was a chief, a tribal leader, and after he passed, I was supposed, but my.
It's okay if you
No.
can't.
Not yet. Yes. No, I can. My uncle. He decided to challenge me, challenge my hold, and to be honest, I didn't even want to fight him. I would have happily have given it to him, but of course, the Severosi way of living is you must fight, you must accept the challenge. And so I fought him, but I didn't attack him. He was my uncle, and look, this Severos is beautiful. It's incredible, and a part of me actually was thinking of returning there once I had wrestled my demons here.
I hope that maybe someday you can show me Severos. Would you ever bring me there?
I would really like that.
I think I would too. The city, I have never moved. I've been here forever, and it is suffocating.
It is.
Anyway.
Look, I just want to say, I understand what you're feeling. I can feel it. But know this. I will not let anything happen to you. And if you really do truly want to see Severos, then let's make that our aim. That's our goal. What we work for here, what we build here now, what we do now is for there.
I would love that.
Let's talk to Valkos about his first downtime activity.
So I think my first downtime actually was with Juliette. In regards to, like, Juliette was trying to put the the names of other gang members involved, and mine was working with the Grey Cloaks in punishing, other sort of gang members into sort of talking about. Who were sort of talking shit about us and saying, "Oh God, yeah, this, that, and the other." So I was with the Grey Cloaks, basically trying to reduce again our heat.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead, and that action will be.
I think it will be a skirmish.
That makes sense. And basically, you are beating up anybody who's been talking.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll.
Oh.
That is a
critical.
What is that?
Critical.
It's 2 sixes.
Critical.
Oh,
Oh,
Valko's
beautiful.
dice. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know we're on roll 20, and I can see every roll he makes, and it's insane. It's insane. I don't know how you have this kind of luck. So with 6, that's really good. That is going to be a
critical.
5 heat reduced.
That's all the heat.
Baby.
The heat is gone.
The heat is gone.
The heat is gone, but it is between Valkos,
it's definitely
Juliet.
The heat
there.
is
the heat is on.
heat is on.
So I think now we know why the Leviathan hunters haven't gone to war with you. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe you've disappeared, or you've thrown them off the trail with spreading those rumors, or
They've heard of this other group that's like, maybe gonna come knocking, and that they have to keep an eye on instead.
Yeah, I have an idea of where the trail may have twisted. They probably still think that they're going after the Remnant, but maybe they're going after someone else. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm just going to leave that sort of foreboding sort of hint of an idea. All right. Excellent. And now we come to Ross Bryant. And Ross, you can have... What should we do here? Do you think you're playing Sawtooth going forward for a little while, or do you think you want to just do Ekphelia's downtime activities? I don't know if there's time for everyone.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Sawtooth was like, granted, he was so vital to the last score, just the essential ingredients in that success. But I don't know that he, even as much as he may think that he's like a fully vested member of the Remnant, I don't know that he is.
Yeah.
And he may go back to his workshop and keep doing whatever he does when he is sort of off the stage of our drama.
Yeah. All right. So Ekphelia gets some downtime activities.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, just so I'm clear, Ekphelia is still
bestial
in beast mode. She's bestial.
Until they hunt. Yes.
But because I currently have no stress to clear, I can't. What I'm asking is like I can't.
Right. How
I can't
do you
de-beast until I get some stress to clear? Is that how you would read that?
That makes sense. So, the other thing is, if you haven't gone on a score, can you do downtime activities? The thing is, I do want Ekphelia to work on some of the downtime activities they've got going, but at the same time, you haven't been on the game sort of assumes you've been on a score.
If that's the case, I'm happy to just kind of let Ekphelia, we can nod to her machinations, and we can send Sawtooth out on a spree.
Do you think maybe it's rolling? Because let's say because you're full stress, right? And that's because you overindulge. Would it be maybe that like you stay full and you have to roll until you get down? No, that would be too crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it would. Yeah. I don't think mechanically it would be pretty punishing.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? Okay, so let's do this.
I think it's just you stay bestial.
I'm going to rule that Ekphelia is taking extra time off from scores.
Okay.
Which means that it makes sense to me that Ekphelia would get another downtime phase. Okay? then hunting does not become a stress relieving activity, but it does count as an activity, and it is the only thing that they can use to get rid of their bestial form.
Okay, cool. I love it. Then that's what we'll do. And I guess we can judge like how, because the hunt is a roll, how successful that. Maybe a high roll, it'll decrease how bestial they look.
Right, yeah, totally.
Okay.
So give me that hunt roll.
That's what I'll do. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Here she goes. She hunt.
She hunt?
She hunts and she gets a 5.
A 5.
It's pretty good.
So describe to me what you think happens and whom is hunted.
Okay, so when last we saw them, they were in at the Basilica of the Builder. So maybe back out in Six Towers. The darkened, malformed shape of Ecphelia skulks and slinks through the shadows, and whereas previously their mode of hunting has often been to coax and cajole and to sidle up to their prey, now it is just a wolf attack. It's an animal attack. So someone is just walking down the street and a shape pounces on them, and sinks it's not fangs. It's just a mouth closes over their mouth, and they feel a jaw that is too wide almost subsume their entire face.
Oh my God.
as like a hinge in the jaw like unlocks, and a mouth like a lampreys closes over their face, and they're feeling their life.
I have used a fortune roll to see what sort of social tier this person is, and in your bestial form, you have gone ahead and targeted someone of affluence and privilege.
Oh. Yeah. I suck them good.
Yeah. You suck
I suck them real good.
Oh, you suck them so well. So
okay.
And then the other thing I want you to imagine is that this. Wait, first, do you kill this person?
I think we said that maybe that the previous person I killed, and that had to do with the overindulgence.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good question. I'm beasted out. I think the 5 tells me that maybe I was able to. That either tells me I was able to exert the self-control not to get a 6, but then again, a 5 is a success with a consequence. So maybe the consequence is they perish.
Yeah.
So here's the question.
I already told you it's a higher profile individual.
That's right.
Here's the question. Is Ecphelia still part of the Remnant? Because if not,
I mean,
do you have the Crow's Veil?
she's part of the Remnant.
We're not in open conflict.
I'm gonna roll that once you learn once you learn the Crow's Veil technique, I think that the Crow's Veil remains a part of your MO.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all can perform the ritual.
Yes. It's something people learn to do through attunement.
Right.
Okay, so yes, the jaw retracts, and I'm ever so satisfied, and this finely dressed person is grinning dead.
And that activates your Crow's Veil. So suddenly, after this miasma of black smoke sort of begins hovering above you like a black cloud, and you escape into the night. And as you do so, the jagged teeth, the canine sort of visage cast to your features, the hunchness, like the extra joints.
Yeah.
I think you described extra joints.
Yeah.
All of that goes away, and you look like you look like Ekaprag Wodi again.
Great. Just catch him taking off the mask and like looking at himself in the glass of a shop and just like, beautiful. Admiring it a little too long.
Beautiful. Back to normal. And now we come back to Juliette Belrose.
Okay. I would like to create a modified item.
Okay.
So there's different. We're about to get real technical here.
Is this acquire? Which downtime activity?
This is craft an item.
Okay, that's not one of the ones listed as a downtime activity.
To
so
craft
is that
something, spend one downtime activity. It says.
Oh, very good. It's just not on page 153 downtime activities, but there we go.
Yeah, I think it's the only time that you can craft, unless it's supposed to be during downtime.
Okay, no problem.
I don't know why, or if it's under something else, but...
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense, and it says to spend a downtime activity, and so you shall. Go ahead.
So, modifying an item, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take my fire oil and create a projectile version of it that I could use with a dart, per se. It could, like, insert itself and then release within. Someone's body.
A grenade launcher dart thing.
Yeah, type thing, right? But the fire, that would erupt, as opposed to it being upon contact with the air, I want it to be upon bodily fluid contact, I guess.
Great. Okay.
And so so you get to choose, is this a simple useful modification? And their example is a rifle that breaks down into 2 sections to be more easily concealed. A significant modification, strengthening the barrel and powder load of a gun to fire further. Or an arcane sparkcraft or alchemical modification, such as a dagger that can harm a demon, or an electrified hole on a boat to repel boarders or ghosts.
It's an alchemical modification, I think we all agree, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does involve fire oil.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which means what?
So now I have to hit, so the baseline quality of an item that you modify is equal to your tier plus 3. So I need to hit 5 quality with my roll to craft this now.
So how do we determine what quality you hit with your roll?
Okay, so the results are based on your crew's tier and what I am able to roll. Okay, so if I get a critical, that's tier plus 2. So the highest I could get is 4 with a critical, but then I can spend quality. I can spend coin to up 1 quality, and then I also get plus 1 quality for my workshop.
Right. So you only need to. Okay, so that's you only really need tier plus 1 from your roll, right? Because you get plus 1 quality for the crew upgrades, and then you could spend a coin.
Right. Yeah, I could spend a coin. Yes.
So
theoretically.
you need to roll a 3.
And maybe
that means I'd need a 6.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
All
6
right.
is tier plus 1.
We'll do the math here once we make. Shall we make the roll?
Yes.
So just to review, this is a gun that fires an ampule.
It's a projectile. Yeah.
Is it still used with your blowgun?
Yeah. Why not?
Oh, wow. Okay, so how big an explosion do you think this thing makes if it comes out of a blowgun?
It's not an explosion. It's that it sears. It erupts into flame. The liquid erupts into flame from within. So it's not a boom. It's a burning inside.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like a syringe that is injecting fire into you.
Mm-hmm.
A fire syringe. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's definitely alchemical. Let's do this roll. Is it a tinker roll?
Yes, it's a tinker roll.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Let me just double check. So it's just 1 die for each tinker. Okay. So here goes a tinker roll.
Ooh, she tinker.
Juliet's gonna make a tinker.
Juliet's making a tinker. She's trained in tinker, and
she
got a 6.
A 6, baby.
Oh.
Okay. So 6 means tier 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 1 for the workshop is 4, and I spend 1 coin to make that a 5.
You did it. You now have this very terrifying weapon.
Jesus.
Do we know how many of them you have? Because I think that could be important.
Well, we can do it like, since it's ammunition, we can have it where, up to you, it is like one of my alchemicals where I just have to spend the load, or do you want it to be more expensive? It can be worth more, like maybe it takes 2 slots of my load of the alchemical bandolier. Whatever you feel is fair.
I wonder if you would agree that you have 1 dart like that.
Ooh.
Because I think that's so dramatic.
Can I argue for
tough but fair, GM? Tough but fair.
Can
I
argue for 2 because people miss?
Well, 2, you say?
How about this? How about I give one of my downtime activities for it to be 2?
Whoa.
That's very generous of you. However, I think that really this is maybe an instance of coin.
Okay.
You have to spend to make more.
Let's spend 1 more coin from the vault to make
spend it. All right, spend it from the vault.
2? To get 2.
To get 2. Okay, so 2 of this.
And there's no time to make more than 2 during your downtime phase.
Trixie. Let's see.
Man, you have a god on your side, okay? We got dots.
Yeah, come on. And you're a vampy.
That was exciting. Okay, Valkos, second downtime activity.
I'm gonna go play chess again.
Oh, right, yes. Oh, dear, what was that ghost's name?
I think it was... Ivor?
Edenwith.
Oh, I have it right here. Edenwith. Yep.
Edenwith. So I'm gonna go play chess with Edenwith. I rock up this time, sort of dressed quite nicely. I take a seat in this empty house and I set up the boards quite delicately. And I roll.
Right. And last time it wasn't a giant connection. And this time it wasn't either. All you see are pieces moving. You're not quite able to really connect with the ghost and communicate with him. So you got a 3 was your highest. So that means Yes?
As my functioning vice, I'm going to increase it by 2 to make it 5.
Oh, I forgot about functioning by 2.
That is powerful.
You can increase it by 2?
It's incredible.
1 or 2.
You can increase or decrease it by 2, either direction, to make sure you don't overindulge and to get yourself up to the highest you can get.
Wow.
That's amazing. And so
that is.
With a 5, you let's see. That's how many stress you reduced, right? It's like 1
I
for
reduced
1.
it. So I reduced it to I had 6 stress and I've now reduced it to 1.
Nice.
That's amazing. And I think that means that he almost has you in checkmate, and then you turn it over and win the game.
And I'm like, well, are you going to talk to me now, or?
Suddenly, there is a cold wind, and the entire board gets flipped over. Pieces go rolling along the old floorboards.
Same again tomorrow, I guess. And I kind of walk out.
Very good. Excellent. Okay, now let us turn to Ekphelia again. Ekphelia, you do have a long-term project you're working on.
So I do. And
just a reminder.
I'm stress-free, so I think I'd like to devote some time to that long-term project of mine.
Oh my.
Okay, the long-term project, of course, is turn Juliet into a vampire.
That's right.
It is a 8-section clock, and we've already put some pieces into play, some important ones. So I'm going to rule that when you get it to 0, when you fill it all up.
Yeah, what happens?
That means it's the trap is sprung and all of the pieces act in unison as one. Now, there is a chance, like with any clock, that something will happen that makes it unimportant anymore before it gets filled. That's the danger with a long-term project, right? So just letting you know, any part of this could fall apart, but once it's all filled, then something really coordinated, smart, and deadly happens to Juliet. Does that make sense to everybody? Does everybody agree with that?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Something happens.
So
Yeah.
moved.
Yeah. Okay. I think that whatever happens, it doesn't automatically kill Juliet, transfer
Right,
her
okay.
soul. I think
That's
what it
what I-
does do is put Juliet in a horrifyingly desperate situation.
Yes.
Okay.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds right.
All right. I will continue to try to fill it.
All right.
Let's get that horrifying situation.
What action are you going to use?
I am going to let. Well, we kind of listed out the things that the components of this plan. Neutralize Juliet Belrose. Remove soul. I think the little deal that has been struck with the builder has kind of set that piece in. But then there's of course the matter of the decapitation. And then it's getting it into Valkos and stabilizing Valkos for enough time for the change to take hold. So correct me if I'm wrong, GM, but it sounds like some maybe more chits in this have already been filled. What with that little conversation between Celiac and Ecphelia.
It sort of does, but I don't know if I want to give any to you automatically.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
So this sounds like I've set in motion an idea where Juliet will be stunned, killed, or at least neutralized in the ring of a pit fight by rigging it with Marlene. Marlene, I should say. So once that's done, we can't just decapitate her right there in public. So I think it's creating a situation where, like, when Juliet is taken back to whatever locker room or private area exists for the fighters, that assuming this is how the plan goes ahead, that there's already something in place there where she can be relieved of her
her soul. Yeah. So maybe this is like paying off the people that work in the pit, or establishing a traitor among the Grey Cloaks who's willing to help you with this.
Or actually it might be just like a way to get establish a contact that can help me transport her body up to the builder's basilica there.
Okay.
Decapitation should happen.
It should happen there
At the basilica, right.
Yeah. It should look as much like what would be airbrushed on the side of a van as possible. So it should definitely happen in a gnarly tableau at the basilica of the builder.
We get it. Full Lovecraft.
Exactly.
Call of Cthulhu. Final climax. Got it.
So I've got the Marlene part in place, and now I'm working on transport of Juliet to the place where the soul swap will, or at least the soul removal will occur.
And I can't wait till we do a 1 character score with Ecphelia that is a transport plan.
the rare and much maligned transport plan.
One time you guys have to pick transport just to
Okay.
see what happens.
All right.
Okay, very good. So let's go ahead and roll. What action are we rolling then?
That sounds like I'm trying to get a accomplice to do something for me. So, consort perhaps.
Okay. Go for it.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Wouldn't you know it? The Remnant's dice are hot today. I got myself a 6.
That's right. A 6, and that 6 gets you 3 segments.
Plans move
Holy
apace.
shit.
I've got one more downtime, so
No, didn't you give it to me?
Because you spent coin.
You are 4 segments away from the trap being sprung, my friend Ecphilia.
You're right. You're right.
Excellent. So yeah, just imagine consorting, chatting with maybe a member of one of those gray cloaks who runs the fighting pit, and it's like, just so you know, if anything was to happen to the estimable Miss Belrose, I hope I could have your assistance in taking her somewhere where I can assure you that the medical care she shall receive will be of the highest order.
Well, with a story like that, how could he resist? How could he say no? And so you are halfway to springing your trap.
Oh my god.
Who has downtime activities left?
I do.
Okay,
Malchus.
I wonder.
Thanks to the sinister guile of the vampire playboy.
Do I acquire an asset, which is either like a person or a bodyguard or some form of spy? Because the thing is, I've got to ask a question, actually, Ross. Have you been back to the grotto since?
It sounds like I maybe haven't. But, yeah.
So,
but I could have done.
Well, I mean, it's just a question in regards to, because if you haven't been, then I want to know what you're up to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't. Let's say I haven't been. I've been doing all this stuff, running around.
Obviously, I'm not going to be chasing you around, but I'm going to find someone or acquire an asset or do something. I'm going to ask for information, essentially. And that's what I'm going to spend my downtime. Yeah, to just figure out, like, you know, if I can figure out what the hell is, like, what's gone on, you know? So that's what I want to roll for. I want to figure out what's happening. Because he hasn't been back. They haven't been back for a while.
Well, let's see. Acquiring an asset means that you can get a special item, a cohort, meaning an expert or a gang. An expert would be a spy.
Yeah, would be a spy or like a. Yeah. But I think a particular spy would have to be like a supernatural sort of, almost like a Van Helsing in a way.
Yeah, vampire hunter.
Oh, like, you want like a vampire hunter.
I want like a supernatural hunter. Yeah,
awesome.
Okay, so you get it for temporary use, and that constitutes one significant period of usage that makes sense for the asset, typically the duration of one score. An asset may also be acquired for standby use in the future. Okay, so why don't you acquire them for standby use? And then when it's time, you can unleash Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. To acquire the asset, roll the crew's tier. The result indicates the quality of the asset you get.
Okay. So I have to roll 2 die, right?
That's right.
So, fuck. Okay. Whether this is going to go good or terribly. Here we go. Rolling the 2 die. How do I get bonus die in this?
A bonus die for this?
Would I have to spend coin?
That's right. Let's see. It says you can spend coin to raise the result of this roll beyond critical by spending 2 coin per additional tier level added.
Oh.
Okay.
So it costs 2 coin.
2 coin per tier for this one. Wow.
Okay. I'm gonna. Oh fuck! I'm gonna do it, man. We're in fucking hot shit. So there we go. So I get an additional die, right? Or is it an additional result on top of
that? It'll be
the
the result that you'll be changing.
Yeah, so you can spend it after you roll. You know.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, we'll keep that there then.
Oh.
A 2 and a 1. You have a tier -1, so you have found a tier 1 hunter of vampires named Tiff Taylor.
Wait, before we do that,
make him.
I'm gonna upgrade it because spending 2
at
coin
least
on
a
that.
tier 2, at least equal.
Yeah,
expensive. Yeah.
All right, so two coin.
Yeah, he already spent it. Yeah.
Okay, so Tiff Taylor is actually equal to you in sort of expertise. And she's like,
Tiff Taylor, I know.
got a bloodsucker on your hands, eh? Let's just say I know how to deal with their kind.
Yes, I know. Hence why I came to you. Yes. Look, it's simple. I want you to maybe keep an eye out. Especially for, one who, enjoys, I mean, do you still practice in the selling of your body?
I think I do use that as a front for hunting now.
Yeah. I think I would tell Tiff Taylor essentially where to look and, you know, how Ekapragrodi looks or Ekphelia looks. And yeah, just to keep an eye out for them.
So I want to be clear. Are we using Tiff Taylor as a spy to track Ekphelia's movements, which would mean that she goes into effect now? Or are we using Tiff Taylor as I'm holding her back, and then when it's time to attack or stop or destroy Ekphelia, that's when we use the asset?
I think I'm just going to stand by.
Yeah.
Definitely stand by, but like just kind of explain who and what they are.
Oh, I'll be ready at a moment's notice. I've got to wipe the world of these creatures. You see, my grandmum, she was killed by one in a convalescence home. It was posing as a nurse, a caregiver. Ever since then, I've dedicated my life to destroying vampires wherever they may be found. I use a variety of techniques. And she opens this big case that's filled with garlic and the Doskvol version of crucifixes and vials of water. I can assure you, none of these creatures can escape.
Tell me.
What?
Well, have you any,
I kind of have a speech I do, but go ahead.
No, it's fine. But, fire. Have you ever thought of fire?
Have I thought of fire? Why?
Just keep in mind, please, for all of us, that fire probably will be a lot more effective than these, fairy tale techniques.
I can assure you that they are not fairy tale techniques. Are you saying that you'd prefer to have the creature destroyed by fire?
I would prefer very much so to have this creature destroyed by fire.
Oh.
Well then, don't you worry, love. She pulls out a little lighter and click. Oh, wait. Then it finally flames up.
Pleasure doing business with you, Tiff. And then I walk away.
I fucking love Tiff Taylor.
Tiff Taylor, breakout character. Tiff Taylor rocks.
Tiff Taylor sounds like she should like run like a bakery, like a little cookie shop. It's such a sweet name.
I didn't want to be a hunter. I wanted to be a baker.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make pastries.
I'm walking.
Down the hall. Tiff Taylor still monologizing.
And right there, I think it's time for us to take a short break. We have one final downtime activity, and then we might find out what the next score is, or I don't know, shit might hit the fan. We'll be right back with Haunted City on the Glass Cannon Network. Hey, Naish, what's going on? I'm just getting done with gaming for 9 straight hours. I am a wreck. But I'm not too bad, actually, because the whole time I was gaming, I was snacking on Dauntless Snacks. Dauntless Snacks are the boost you need when you're rolling D20s and trying to slay ogre mages, okay? Dauntless snacks are 100% grass-fed beef. They taste incredible. There are all kinds of flavors. And 1% of all the sales of Dauntless snacks go to the Colorado Children's Hospital. So while you're stabbing that orc, you're also giving help to those in need. It feels good. The owner of Dauntless Snacks is a member of the Naish. He's a big fan of the Glass Cannon Network, and we are so proud and honored that he would decide to sponsor Haunted City for us. So thank you, Dauntless Snacks. Thank you, Naish. Thank you, John Harper and Blades in the Dark. Thank you, Beef Jerky. And we will see you on the other side. Check out dauntlesssnacks.com. Oh, hi, we're back.
Oh, hi.
So we left our heroes with Valkos hiring the questionable services of a vampire hunter named Tiff Taylor. And that leaves us with one more downtime activity for our vampire in residence, Ekphelia. Ekphelia? Final downtime activity?
Wheels within wheels. Yeah, they who hesitate are lost. Let us continue to move forward upon our great project.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. What if this just pops off right now? Ah!
It could happen.
So get this. A critical means it will pop off.
So if I get double sixes, it pops off.
If you get double sixes, it pops off. A 6 only means 3 segments. You'll be 1 segment away.
Okay.
You could spend coin to critic, right?
Keep your grimy hands off the coin.
That is correct. That is correct.
Keep my grimy hands off the coin.
We've used so much. Yeah, we've used
very liberally a moment ago.
I know. No, you could totally use it if you want.
Very, very interesting. Okay. But I could only spend coin to get a critical if I got a 6.
If you got a 6.
Increase the result level by 1 for each coin spent. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
so, what are we doing now? Before we were establishing that the body will be transported to the Temple of the Builder.
We've got... All right, yes, Juliet is incapacitated in the ring. She is rushed to care. That care is diverted to the Builder. It is there where her head shall be removed, and the Acolytes of Celiac Khan and the Builder will ensure that her spirit is given to me. Then there's the small matter of part 2 of this plan, which is getting it into Valkos.
Ooh. I bet
tricky.
Kronz would be willing to help, like, lure Valkos in.
Then
set up a rendezvous.
Let's then that's the angle all work. Let's have Kronzcon be the point person for the Valkos part of this plan. So Ekphelia will reach out to them. Kronzcon, Celiac Khan's more aristocratically affected sister.
Very good.
So the idea is that you'll set up a rendezvous with him, at which point...
I think we need to get Valkos there too, right? Right, you would have to... I mean, if you say that you have... It won't take much. You say that his love is there.
Of course.
Injured. He will come running.
Of course. But there is the small matter of getting her into him.
This is more my brother's purview, you see. But I can perhaps keep him distracted.
And perhaps keep him sedated.
Indeed. I will acquire what is needed for this.
So,
and of course,
Kronz then meets Juliet to get some standstill poison.
Yes.
All right, plans are being hatched. Schemes are being schemed. I think we should roll the action we're going to use.
Oh boy.
I mean, that sounds like, sway, because it involves me, like, convincing Kronz in turn or I could also see it as finesse if it's about, like, sedating Valkos after in order to put the
that feels like what happens in the moment.
That does feel like what happens in the moment. So at this point, it might just be
sway, right?
Sway, yeah.
Okay. Because you are asking Kronz to take a risk.
I am. Here we go. Oh my. Let's see. Let's just see.
You know, Kronz also doesn't like Juliet, so...
Yeah.
Should I make the roll easier then?
No. I got a 3. That was my highest digit.
That means only one segment, but you can spend coin to raise it.
How far away am I now?
Well, if you spent one coin, you'd get it to 4, which would be 2 segments. You would have to spend you'd have to spend 1, 2, like 3 coin to get it to 6 segment, a 6. And even a 6 would only give you 3 segments.
And I have a total of 4 to clear?
That's right.
Jesus Christ.
I spend 1 coin to get it up to a 4, thus removing 2 segments, leaving me with only 2 more to fill.
Very good. Okay.
That seems very doable during the next time.
It does, doesn't it? Okay. We have done all of the downtime activities, have we not?
Correct.
Okay. Are we going to continue to play that Sawtooth is the current 3rd in the crew?
I guess that depends on what's the next score?
Yeah, I think we got to find our next score first.
And then decide.
Yeah.
Has Ophelia just been missing and we're just,
I think maybe once all this stuff is set in motion, and also maybe just see maybe Ophelia looking at someone across a seedy cafe, just peering at them, and maybe off in the corner, unbeknownst to her, like Tiff Taylor kind of looking at them. but what Ophelia is looking at is someone reading a paper, and the headline in the Vesper is about, like, Strangford questioned. It's like, seems my little Palomi has been up to business. And yeah, so I think Ophelia, after becoming aware of the fallout of their last adventure, maybe pops back up and is just, like, back in the mix, but not necessarily.
It's very polite and tense in here. Yeah.
Everybody is making plans to kill each other, but then they're also having meetings and acting like they're not.
That's right.
I think that I think that's believable, honestly. I mean, it's very wild, but I think that there's nothing that any of you have done that has been public enough that they would know. So
one of Ecphelia's 4 traumas is secretive.
Oh, there you go.
Right. And we don't know, like Valkos and I know what we know, but we just think we're planning to take Ecphelia, and Ecphelia has no idea that we're trying to do that. And Ecphelia obviously is in love with me, would never do anything to me. So like I have no suspicion.
I will just alter what you just said by a little bit. Ecphelia, I believe at some point used Ecphelia's ability to read thoughts to get an idea of this.
Oh, true. So Ecphelia maybe...
I don't know that I did, but I think we kind of like retconned that, yes, there had been a little bit. Ecphelia is definitely suspicious and has a sense that like...
I think we said you at least know that also that Julia and Valkos have feelings for each other, which I think was the biggest trigger, right?
That's the triggering.
Okay, that's the trigger, and then you also see that there is some distrust of you by reading thoughts, but you have not read the thought, we will get this vampire hunter and we will use fire and I am making a weapon. Like you don't know about any of that stuff.
No.
Okay, great. So, looking for a new score, everybody?
Yeah.
I have a big notebook full of them, but I'm sure you guys will pick a 7th thing that I haven't thought of.
So I'm going to go to the Path of Echoes.
Great.
And I'm going to, talk to them, and I guess as they are our patrons, and I'm going to basically be like, look, we've done what you have asked. And we wish for something bigger, something greater. How can we be of service to you? Or to even any one of your allies?
It's very fortuitous that you would come to us now, Valkos, and ask such a question. We believe we have need of your services again, and that you are specifically tailored to the task.
How so?
Remember the pipeline you created for us while you were in Ironhook?
Well, remember is a good choice of words, but yes, I remember being tasked to do it.
That ingress into the city is now in danger. Are you familiar with a gang known as the Silver Nails?
No.
They're Severosi. Former horse lords, like yourself.
You mean the Sarkulfkuf?
There you go.
They call themselves the Silver Nails now.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, someone has hired them to destroy spirits in the area where we have created a bridge for the spirits to enter the city. They haven't yet found our tunnel, whoever sent them, but they know that spirits are getting in somewhere through some sort of opening in their defenses. And so they've hired the Silver Nails to destroy these ghosts. We need the Silver Nails either persuaded to end this assignment or destroyed.
Yes. And how much are we talking here?
For this, I believe our usual 6 coins should suffice.
This is a dangerous clan. And I don't mean to be rude, or crude, or overstepping my mark here. But we probably will need more in advance to hire certain arms to aid us in this.
Well, you haven't been charged your tithe in a while because we have been very grateful for the services you have performed for us. So perhaps we can call that tithe taken care of and then pay your 6 coin.
I think that is very generous of you.
It is fair, isn't it?
Yes.
Take it back to your companions and see if they would be amenable to this deal and this mission.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Understand, we want the Silver Nails no longer interfering in the Deathlands, and I'm afraid that you would have to deal with this problem in the Deathlands.
Cool.
Yes, I'm aware of the dangers. Thank you.
All right, that's 1 score.
6 fucking coin for that.
Wow. I'm not impressed. Yeah, but we haven't had to pay, because we normally have to pay 2 coins, right?
It's true.
That's right.
So it's technically 8, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
So that's something that's out there, and if you want, we could go ahead and jump right into that, or you could look around and see what else is available.
That sounds so fun. Who else did we talk to?
Or maybe there's another thing you want to just free play. It's all up to you.
We haven't seen you in a while, Ekphilia. Are you okay, my dear?
Appreciate your concern. Yes, I am. After our last little bit of business, I just needed a little, recovery.
Did something happen? I did not know you were hurt. I could have helped you, you know.
You've already helped me so much. And I don't expect any assistance. You have your own life to live. Your own entanglements, your own labors to undertake. We've already been through so much together. I don't need your help at every hour. What we share is unconditional.
Right.
Darling. But of course I appreciate the sentiment. If I do need help, I know that you're someone I can rely on, but I wouldn't wish to be burdensome to you.
Our lives will always be inextricably linked.
Yes. I haven't, have I, become a burden to you?
Of course not, no. I yearned for you so much that I was able to bring you back here through. Previously, unbeknownst means to me. I had never worked in this medium, and of course thanks to Celiac's aid as well, but you came back to me.
Yes. And it is that for which I will be forever grateful. I will always know, every night, every day, that I'm still quick with this essence, that you did this to me, for me.
Right. If there's anything I can do to help this new you, please just say the word.
Oh, I shall. Well, the thing that will help me is knowing that you'll be by my side And if I can be sure in that knowledge, then the darkness becomes lighter, the days less burdensome. To know that I can rely on you is physic enough. And I know I can. My Juliet has such a good head on her shoulders.
Of course. Of course. You can always know this. And I'm going to pull out the last ring that I made.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give it to Ekphelia. And now you can see how I feel.
And
This will tie us.
And what precisely am I seeing when I look at this?
It's a ring that has a little stone on it, and I don't know if we established that the stone somehow changes colors too with emotions, maybe? Who knows? But it's a heartbeat ring, so
And
we've kind of, gotten it to sort of like express danger or warmth or it's a little wishy-washy.
It's like a biomonitor.
Yeah.
Juliet's heart rate is dangerously high. She must be in danger.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Or jogging.
Right. And I'm looking at your... So I'm looking at your heartbeat.
Yeah, almost, yeah. And so, if you slip it on, you almost feel it says, now you can feel how my heart beats for you.
I'll treasure this.
But also you feel Valkos's in there too.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I think it would be fun for each of you to roll an action. And that action is concealing your intentions or calming the other one that you are completely unaware of their plans against you.
Okay.
From each other.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I first I want both characters to buy in. If the other person succeeds with higher dice, you are convinced they have no idea and are making no moves against you. Is that fair?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Totally fair.
What action are you going to use, Juliet?
I'm going to use Sway.
And what action are you going to use, Ekphelia?
I think that would also be Sway. But I feel bad even evoking this kind of stuff, but I feel like this might be an instance where I might push myself.
You can do that. Juliet, you though can take a +1 die just for the gift of the ring.
Oh, not only that. Well, you don't need to give it from... Look, listen, I also have trust in me. I get +1 die versus a target with whom I have an intimate relationship.
Oh, give it 2.
It's called Trust in Me. It has never been more...
This is
more
exactly how this is.
Well,
used.
then let's call the ring the special effect or the fiction of that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I push myself. I always forget this. How much stress for a push?
I believe it's 2 for 1 extra die.
Here we go.
You know what's interesting is I also have Ghost Mind, which says you're always aware of supernatural entities and you take 1 die when you gather info about the supernatural. I don't know if this...
No, that wouldn't apply here.
Okay.
That's cool. I've got this thing where I can read your mind. So
I know, right? That's what I'm trying to balance.
No, I know. That's a great roll. That's a great roll.
Did you already do... Okay.
No. Here we
you
go.
haven't done yours? Oh, God.
I haven't done mine yet.
Now, what's wild is, even if Ekphelia only had 1 die to roll, if Ekphelia rolled a 6...
Yeah.
Ekphelia would win this exchange. How many dice are you rolling? So Juliet got a 3, 3, 5, 5. So 5 is the high roll. How many dice are you?
I'm rolling 3, so less dice.
Okay.
And you should know it. I rolled a 3, but I also rolled 2 6s.
That's a critical.
So, yeah, I think how I'm reading that, then, correct me if this sounds too far. Oh, great GM. Is that when those 2 heartbeats are in this ring, I can feel how synchronized they are, and my placid expression reveals nothing of my plans. It is the tenderness of Ophelia. It is the voice and bearing of Ophelia. It is completely trustworthy and sweet. And I know that you want to burn me.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something else. It's a critical, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fill in another section of your long-term project clock.
Of course.
Right.
You only need one more.
Oh my god.
So I guess
Great.
part of your plan was gulling Juliet into a false sense of safety.
Oh yeah. I don't think Ophelia would ever hurt me.
Yep.
Why would I?
And feeling those two heartbeats beat in unison, I know they're beating for each other, and I'm just like, and it is just, I cannot wait until you share one heartbeat forever.
Oh my god.
Hold on, I just gotta shake out the fucking creeps I just got. Okay. So.
Okay, cool. So that was just an aside. There really was no.
But I think it was important. It ended it up getting to the dice at a certain point.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
interesting, very interesting. And so now, is there any other score gathering, or do you want it? Does Valkos come back and pitch this score to
tell us.
everybody?
Well, I think I'm going to go visit one more person. That's
Okay.
okay. Then
Great.
it's going to be the Reconciled.
Very
yeah.
good. You can use your covert drops system to get in touch with your former contact among the Reconciled, Hamelin Savoy.
Hamlin. It's been a while.
In fact, I'm sorry, Valkos, you found a message from Hamelin Savoy wanting to meet immediately.
Okay, I will follow that message.
Okay, so you meet up at Rowan House, outside of Rowan House, which is normally where you meet Hamelin. And Hamelin, if you remember, is a very handsome, young, well-to-do seeming, very modern apparel, but moves with a limp and talks like this. And so Hamelin says, Mr. Valkos, it's pleased to see you again. I have
Yes.
need of your services immediately. And when I say immediately, I mean within the next hour.
What? Okay. What is it?
We have a problem. The Sanctorium in Brightmoor. It seems there's been a murder. It seems we'd like the mess cleaned up right away.
Right.
As in, now, before it's found.
Fine. I can do that.
The spirit wardens could be headed there now. The crows are certainly circling.
Yes. Then tell me, as pressing as this is, how much are you willing to pay for it?
4 coins, sir, in your pockets.
Make it 8.
Oh, 8 coin. 6 coin.
Done. And I walk out of the space.
Okay. So you know that you're going to the Sanctorium in Brightstone, and that you need to go to the cell. It's not a jail cell, but they, like a priest cell of a priest named Doskvol.
Okay. Now, if this is really pressing, is this a score? Or is this something that, it would be a score, right?
It's a score, and you can turn it down. And
So
they'll...
I think I'm going to go back to the grotto real quick then.
Okay.
Because the thing is, I'm going to go back to the grotto. I'm going to pitch both these ideas to the team. I'd say it takes about, let's say 30 minutes to get to the grotto. So we've only got 30 minutes to do this other one, right?
Well, I mean, they just said as soon as humanly possible, so...
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna turn to the team and be like, listen, you... Ophelia? You have, two choices here, right? The Deathlands, or a cell here in Doskvol.
Doing what?
Well, one is cleaning up a murder mess. The more I say it, the more disgusted I am of the idea of doing it. The other is fighting a clan who are, well, put it this way, not very nice to spirits.
Oh.
One is for the reconciled, the other is for the Path of Echoes. The point is that one pays out more than the other. Now, we either get 6, both are offering 6 gold. However, the Path of Echoes give us 8. In a way, 2 will be taken in as tithe. However, if we do the other task for 6, the Path of Echoes will take their payment, making it 4.
Then let us help the Path of Echoes. Why would we?
Because
what murder are we? Who did this murder? I would have a lot more.
The point is that they call themselves the Silver Nails. They are Severosi. They are dangerous. They are.
Oh.
Ophelia.
Yes.
Would you join us?
Well, I'm feeling better. Yes, of course.
Then you will ride with us to the Deathlands.
Out there?
Yes, out there.
Yes, I suppose I could.
Varkos, would you be okay fighting Severosi?
Are these kinsmen of yours?
Oh, kinsmen. They're more than that. Believe me when I say this. There is nothing more satisfying than killing the very same clan who were a thorn in my father's backside when he was alive. Silver Nails. What a name. Yes, let us do it. Ophelia, you would be more than welcome to come join us.
Of course.
Of course, unless you prefer to bring whoever it was you've been filling my space with in my absence.
Ooh, Sawtooth. Oh, no. Sawtooth is better at home. We need someone of your stature.
Very well. It will be dangerous, of course, but we'll all watch each other's backs.
A message is probably sent to the reconciled that lets them know they need to take care of this in some other way.
Yeah.
I would have, yeah. I think what I would have done is I would have, like, probably sent her. Because, again, I know they, what do you call it? They betrayed us. But I've sent the job to our good old friend, the Hound.
Chuck?
Yeah, by Chuck. Yeah, I've sent a message to Chuck.
All right, let me call Sydney and we'll do a different score.
Love it.
No, okay, that's great. So let's talk about this score.
This sounds hard.
It involves it involves getting into the Deathlands and then somehow confronting and neutralizing the Silver Nails. I can tell you that you would know, Valkos, that the Silver Nails are a tier 3 gang, meaning they are 1 tier above you all. So that is something to keep in mind, but at least they're not tier 5. They are a company of Severosi mercenaries who fought for the Empire in the Unity War, renowned ghost killers. They fought for the Empire, meaning that when Severos was being taken over by the Immortal Emperor and the people of Akaros. They sided with them.
Yeah, okay.
Which is a big reason you might have hated them. All right. So, what do you think? What will your plan be?
It's an assault.
Yeah.
Straight up assault.
Can we make this transport somehow?
We could. That's an interesting question. How are they getting out there? Are they going through the tunnel, or do they have other means?
They ride.
They ride their horses?
Well, the Ministry of Preservation carefully monitors who gets in and out of the city. The Ministry of Preservation is also very interested in ghosts entering or leaving the city in some way. It's interested in the security measures that the city takes. Mm-hmm. So either the Ministry of Preservation has hired the Silvernails to do this, or someone is somehow getting around the Ministry of Preservation to let the Silvernails out of the city through bribery or a secret bolt hole somewhere in the city.
We have a contact with the Ministry of Preservation because that's the first person we leaked the journal to.
That's right. And I will just instantly grab that name, which I have
so many names in play, and
I have so many names.
God bless you for keeping track of all these.
Lord Dalmor?
Lord Dalmor!
Dalmor, that's the guy.
And I did have it written down, but thank God that Josephine takes good notes. Okay, Lord Dalmor is definitely a contact, and Amancio could put you back in touch with Lord Dalmor.
And knows you as Mr. Smile.
That's right. So perhaps Mr. Smile could pay another visit to learn whether the Silvernails are operating under the mandate of the Ministry, or if some other faction is putting them to it.
This will be an information gathering role for the score. What action are you... I think Amancio can get you another meeting with Lord Dalmor. What will your action be to get the information?
I mean, I want to say consort because I'm consorting with connections from my background.
So are you trying to get information from Dalmor without him getting any information from you? How are you finding this out from him?
Interesting. Well, we've established ourselves as information brokers. We gave them inside information about the Leviathan hunters. So maybe this is set up as like, we've got another little bit of information you might like to know. There's a criminal faction operating out in the Deathlands, and it seems like if it's not under your mantle, then it's being kept secret.
Okay, very good. So, let us go ahead and roll your action of consort.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow. You're
rolling hot today.
Nice, man.
6 and a 5.
Yes. So, Dalmor says, yes, it is interesting, isn't it? We are very interested in the security measures that our city takes to remain a thriving, safe, and peaceful metropolis. So it would be very untoward if someone among our ministry were to have funded an activity like this. One wonders why the ministry couldn't act directly against elements, ghost infestation, or the like. One might surmise that there are elements, people within the ministry acting against the city's security. And so, advocates, agents must be hired in order to carry out some of the ministry's necessary duties.
And it seems that this sort of activity is that which should remain hush-hush for everyone's safety.
Yes, I think that would be prudent. However, I do know that Gaddock Station, well, this is a gate and a particular guard that sometimes, well, is not very observant and could perhaps slip and let a small group out of the city.
All right.
Scandalous. Scandalous. Well, I shall do my best to keep this well under my hat. It's good to know that, despite the best efforts of unsavory characters, the safety of our fair city is still kept in check, and that reasonable parties have their hand on the tiller.
Preserve the Empire.
Just so.
Can I also?
You've not only gotten information, you have a way in and out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
that
Josephine.
was great.
Sorry.
Can I also gather info, like gather info roll, or is it limited?
Sure. No, I'll allow. I usually allow every player if they want to, if they feel that they need the information.
Maybe Valkos can come with it. I don't know who would be best to go to for this, but I was thinking maybe the Path of Echoes. So what I'd like to find out, gather info on, is how to safely navigate the Deathlands, and more of just sort of what we're getting into with that, because I don't know that we know that. Although maybe Valkos does know more about the Deathlands. Right? I don't.
So, let's talk about the Deathlands. The Deathlands, the main danger is that spirits roam wild and free. Some of which are intelligent and have a sense of identity. Others of which are completely feral and have grown strange out there over the many centuries that they've been out there. They have left any semblance of humanity, and those are some of the most dangerous entities that you can encounter out there.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe we can go speak to Ring.
The environment itself is somewhat toxic.
Oh, okay.
And that is a side effect of sort of the spiritual decay that has occurred out there. It seems to pull at your very life force while you're out there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then I would like to talk I'll go to Ring, I think.
Okay. Very good. So Ring says, "We're pleased that you've agreed to undertake this task for us. You are in need of additional help?"
Yes, I just want us to be prepared as we go out, and I'm worried about navigating the Deathlands and keeping us safe. Would you have any advice or information on how best to do so that we will not come to harm?
I would take a whisper with you. Being able to attune is almost required.
I see. And if we did not have one?
Well, then you'll either need to be very lucky or carry certain talismans, objects that will protect you or manipulate the spirits that you encounter. Of course, your group is very resourceful. I do not have a worry that you won't be able to handle it.
Well, you wouldn't happen to have any of those talismans on hand that we could borrow and bring back once we are done?
I'm afraid that such items are very costly and valuable to us.
Only on loan, so that we can carry out your tasks.
Very well, but if something were to happen to the artifact, I believe it would be fair to charge, take away from the payment 1 coin.
Sounds fair, yes, of course.
And is there a section in the book with magical talismans and things like that?
I don't know, but aren't there like spirit charms and things like that are on some sheets?
Something that you can put on a loadout.
Yeah, I think they're on the whisper sheets, probably.
Yeah, well, let's just look at that really quickly, and I think that we can say that you have something of that nature. Let's look. So, I just need to... Oh, no. I need to create a character.
Although, that's for spirit, but is that where the toxicity comes from as well?
The toxicity? What do you mean?
You had mentioned, like, out in the Deathlands that it's also kind of the environment is toxic.
That's right, yeah. That's what I said. And I was actually going to look that up to get exactly what the book says about it.
Oh, okay.
I think that we can certainly talk about a Whisper's equipment. And let me look at that and see what you have been given. Maybe there's even a choice for you, because the Path of Echoes would definitely have an entire array of stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Whisper's standard items are arcane implements, a vial of quicksilver, a pouch of black salt, a spirit anchor in the form of a small stone, a spirit bottle, a vial of electroplasm designed to break and splatter on impact. All of those things could be used to deal with spirits. And if you look in alchemicals, I think you'll find black salt and quicksilver and what those things do.
Those are also things I can load out with.
Yeah, I have quicksilver as well.
And then there's a Spirit Bane charm, a small arcane trinket that ghosts prefer to avoid.
I mean...
Yeah, that sounds good.
Anything specific that we would want to get, or should we just...
I've got one more offer for you.
Okay.
An unusual weapon. I think that this is a weapon that can harm ghosts.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Pick one. Pick one.
Just one? Wait, are they giving us... I was
Some
trying
of
to
us
get
already have these, so I think...
Oh,
yeah, if you already have something, pick something you don't have.
You have Spirit Charm?
I do.
Oh, okay.
And Arcane Implements.
Okay, well, does Valkos... Valkos, you don't have
I've got a Spirit Bane charm.
You do? What? Does everyone have this? Do I have this?
But the Leech doesn't have a Spirit Bane charm, right?
Let me check. All of this is...
You don't.
No. I don't. Okay. Alright, so then I guess I'll get a Spirit Bane charm. That makes the most sense for me, because your fists already hit ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a ghost puncher.
He's a ghost puncher.
I mean, think of it this way. We're fighting...
But we're fighting the
humans,
Severosi, not the... Yeah, exactly. We're actually trying to help the ghosties, right? So, yeah, I'll grab the Spirit Bane charm then.
Okay, great.
And will this also protect us against these... The environment that I've heard is so toxic in the Deathlands?
Let me look up that situation, because I want to see exactly what the book says about it. It's important to get it right. I may have made up my own fiction about the Deathlands being
too.
Way.
Of
While
course
you're doing
it's fine. I'm the god of this world. Beyond the lightning barriers, the world is a wasteland of petrified trees, ash, and choking clouds of miasma. That's what I was remembering. Restless ghosts ceaselessly search for the faintest spark of life essence on which to prey. So it's the choking clouds of miasma that I was talking about.
Okay.
I think that, for example, railjacks wear gas masks.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you don't have any masks on you as well, do you?
My favorite player thing. Here, take this powerful item. Do you have other items that I could have in addition? I need 7 items. No, the Path of Echoes doesn't have a bunch of gas masks lying around. However, if you're willing to say that, I'm also not going to make you acquire an asset to get a gas mask. If you would like to,
I mean, I probably have those in my tools, right?
Or you can create them. So why don't we just say that you check off things in your loadout to count as the
Yeah.
gas masks. Is that fine?
Okay, but I'll get the Spirit Bane charm from it. Thank you so much for this. I'm so surprised. I didn't even have to roll. I'm so...
And I am so sorry that we
Undead.
didn't have 3 gas masks here in storage. We used to have. You know what happened? We used to have some.
Yeah.
And then I feel like we moved a lot of things around when we moved.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
I know. I'm going to tell them to buy some more.
You should, so you can go gallivanting in the Deathlands.
Can I just do one quick thing?
Yes,
this is like
of
a
course.
gather information thing, right? Can I find out where the silver nails are based? And am I able to reach maybe someone from the silver nail?
Well, that would depend on an action, and if you're gathering information, you couldn't really do anything to them. You could just kind of maybe...
I want to meet with them.
Okay. The silver nails, they have a lot of horses. Do they have turf? Yeah, they do. A large inn called the Mustang.
Is that in Doskvol?
It is.
I'm going to go to the inn.
And then what are you trying to find out for them, or what are you trying to say to them?
I want to meet with the leader. I think it's Sevrash?
We're about to come and attack you. Okay. I need an action roll to meet with the leader.
I'm going to come in asking for the leader and
walk in the front door asking for the leader.
And the first person who comes to me, I'm going to basically smash over the face with a punch.
Okay. This is going to be desperate for limited effect.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Let's do it. Six.
Well, of course, he rolled a 6 again.
on fire today.
Limited effect, though, means that they all laugh at the guy that got his face smashed in. Okay, friend. We can allow you to talk to Two-Hand. And Two-Hand moves forward, and Two-Hand is very handsome and, young with a long black braid hanging off of his head. And not much in the way of a shirt. A lot of muscles are showing.
Then I will and this is all in Severosi, but I won't say it in Severosi, of course. But I'm saying if all, I forgot that you would be stinking up this place and staying around here in Doskvol. I thought you were better off in the Deathlands, as you guys already are.
You smell as well, my friend. I smelled you coming from 4 streets away.
Yes, I can feel that.
Have a drink. He slams down a mug in front of you, and you can tell it's filled with the acrid liquor of Severos, which has as one of its components horse piss.
And I say, and I look, and I say, look, I'm not here to talk with the underhand, the bottom of the shoe of your clan. However, what I wish to tell you and what I wish to share is I want to give you something beautiful, a hunt, a spirit that you will never, ever see or grace or even witness through the hunts that you have gone through in the Deathlands. I have a spirit which I wish to gift to the clan, to the tribe, in order for you to leave the path of echoes, the path in which you are destroying, alone.
You wish us to change our prey, to hunt a new spirit that you have chosen.
I say not new, I say stronger, daring, bolder, more dangerous, one that will put you above all other clans, all other tribes. But that is, of course, if you can.
I tell you what, friend. You capture this spirit, and show it to us. And then maybe you have the privilege of drinking here with us, huh?
Then how about this? I have the spirit with me. It joins me. It fights with me. It plays with me. I bring this spirit to you.
You
2
let
days.
a spirit join with you? You disgusting pervert!
I captured it. I wish to gift it to you.
You pervert! Unclean! You let a spirit join with your body? Everyone is pulling daggers.
And then I still sit there and I'm like, this is why I do not talk to underlings. I come here with gifts. I come here with boons of pride.
Well,
Let me give this to you in order for you to leave.
No. That's your answer. And now we kill you.
What?
And the Severosi Silvernails move in with their daggers. And that is where we will stop for today.
Amazing.
Great.
I just wanted to say that if it appeared that Ekphilia was just hanging out in the grotto, that conversation earlier took place maybe at the alcove and one because she had to be let in.
Right. Okay, no problem.
Just so we're clear. So no one get in the comments saying you forgot. It was
we never forget anything.
Yeah.
Were you trying to? You were trying to give up Ekphilia, right?
Yeah, man. That's the spirit that we've captured, man.
Well, this has been so fun, you guys. So fun.
I am so scared.
This was nice.
Next time is gonna be a real good time.
This is gonna be. I think we'll have we'll get a real kick out of next time. Yeah. Well, that is Haunted City. This was Josephine McAdam, Abu Salim, and Ross Bryant. I'm Jared Logan, and we will see you next week for a big score or just a bunch of Severosi mercenaries murdering Valkos. See you soon.
Incredible.
Bye.